Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. Please subscribe if you want to keep getting notifications from my channel, as well as like if you like my content. If you need any information or you'd like a session with me, my email and my website are below at twinflames3344.com and at gmail.com. You can also find my CD, Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames, under Evelyn Stainthorpe, at iTunes, CD Baby, Amazon, and Google Play. And it's only $1, so it's a great way to support me. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start out a little slow today. There's a lot of anger coming in for the Divine Feminines, and also have had Divine Feminines, ask about going with a soulmate now because of this anger coming up. I also have a pulled muscle in my right shoulder, so it's definitely about anger and releasing it. And there was very specific messages today. The read is for the Divine Feminine Twin Flames. And don't worry, there's always information that comes up about the Divine Masculine, because we are doing a read for the Divine Feminine. So this is the Divine Feminine within both the Masculine and the Feminine. And since there is this anger coming in, and there are Divine Feminines who are going to be going with soulmates at this point, Divine Masculines, I just want to warn you, because if a Divine Feminine is going with another partner and you've never felt that before, many of you will actually feel them having sex with a man. So if you're okay with that, don't come in and allow your twin to go have sex with another man. And a lot of you, like I said, will feel that sexual energy of them touching you. So, leaving that at bay, I'm going to start out slowly with the Good Tarot, because I want to diffuse some of these energies here that are coming up. This is the first card that came up from the Good Tarot. It's Ace of Earth, and you can see there's a deer, and I haven't looked at the cards yet, so I just want to take a minute to focus on the energies of the card to see what's coming up. The first thing I see is there's an emerald green dot right here. Okay, so the Emerald Order is coming up. Know your ancient energies and how powerful you are. This is the Ace of Earth. It's the Ace of Pentacles. It's that new life. It's that new infusion of energy or time or money, and it could be an offer of money that you've been waiting a long time to get in, but also it's that start of a new life. And this is definitely masculine energy with this deer. He's looking you straight on, and he even looks like he has their leaves up in his antler there. They look like butterflies there. They could represent the deer's children as well. But on his antler, it looks like there's leaves at different stages. There's green, I see green, and I also see brown and orange leaves. So it's all the stages of the transformation. And again, they look like butterflies. So it's very much about that transformational energy. And we have the Irish knot type configuration there as well. And we have the green, so Irish is coming up for a reason. And there's definitely, with the leaves in the one antler too, it's showing the imbalance. And that would be, there's more growth on the left side, but because there's more growth, there's also more death and dying on the left side, because there was more growth. On the right side is minimal growth, as you can see. You see let it focus in more. So the right side has minimal growth there. The left side had a lot of growth, but also more dying because of the growth. So that comes with the territory. And it's also saying that the Divine Masculine is slower in taking things, okay? They want to make sure it's really stable and a strong foundation before they go on. But, one is going too slow, obviously, and one is going too fast. So it's about meeting in the middle. The masculine needs to speed it up a bit, and the feminine needs to slow down a bit, go more into her feminine. Shokore, shokore, shokore. So you might want to do a little bit of Reiki if you're a Reiki practitioner, and bring the power to yourself, to your heart, and I'm just getting the foundation too, because here's the rock with it on there. Bring the power to the strong foundation to build upon, okay, for that new life. All right, so this is only the first card, so it might be a long read today, because I do have that Divine Feminine read, which is a really good one. There's some really good information there coming through. So then these three cards came out together. All right, this is Justice reversed, the Three of Earth reversed, and then the Six of Fire reversed. Sometimes it's hard to tell which suit it is with the script writing. Okay, so I'm going to show them to you one at a time because it's kind of hard to see the details on these cards because they're more muted. So that may be a message for you. We have Justice reversed, which definitely came up in the read today as totally aside from the read. It was the only card that wasn't put into the read. It was set aside at the end. It's injustices set aside because it's not about getting justice. It's about being happy. The pursuit of happiness, which also came up in the read today. And this is number 11. That first card was a 1, so it doesn't have a number on it, but justice is 11. Then we have the Three of Earth here, which I'm going to show it to you upright, so we see what we're dealing with here. And that's usually like the Three of Pentacles, which usually has to do with business, co-creation, coming together to create. So it doesn't have to be a workplace. It can be any kind of place of co-creation. But you see she's got a mask on. I don't know if it's going to clear up there, but she's got a mask on. And again, we see the three, see on her little scepter or whatever it is, we have the 3 Irish type knots there again on that whatever she's holding. It's a slightly different configuration, and actually I got a symbol. I kind of wanted your input. Maybe this is the answer. I got a symbol, and I'm not going to tell you where I saw it, but I drew it, and then I had to draw the reflection of it, and then the two reflections together, when you put them on the side, became angel wings back. And I'll show you the card that it looks just like, which was very cool. But I think this was just giving me my answer, that it's paralleling to the Irish knot, or the three, the Trinity, the coming together of the power, because we have chakra rays as well. All right, so Three of Earth. She has a mask on, but it's made of wings. And it's very sheer, so the veil is very light. You should be able to see, it's saying with your eyes, so your vision should be very clear right now because of the veil, very thin. And again, we're seeing butterflies on her. I don't know how many they are because it's kind of hard to tell what's butterflies. But on both sides, you see on her, there's butterflies on the wings. And actually, if you see my flowers right ahead, there's 2 butterflies on my flowers right there. So definitely the transformative energies there as far as co-creating. And I'm getting the Statue of Liberty with her as well. Okay, she's not holding up a flame. She's holding up her mask. So it looks like she might be ready to take it off. All right, she's holding the scepter in one hand, the power that she can place on you. She can heal you. But she also has this mask on that she's ready to take off. But before she does, it's like she has her fingers. It looks like she has her fingers to her forehead. It's like, do I really know what I'm doing here? Or her calling out to her third eye before she takes that thinning veil off that allows her to see more clearly. Maybe you have to take your abilities down in order to take your mask off and come together to be more 3D-like. Okay, that's the one of the 3. Then the third card is the Six of Fire. So it's very much about the balloon, but it's on a ship. It's not actually a hot air balloon. It's a ship with a balloon on it to take the ship up in the air. And again, this parallels with that other card from the KIPPER deck, that where there's this ship that's floating, but there's no water, kind of like parting of the Red Seas. But there's many balloons up around this one. Let's see what's in this. The other balloons just look like regular balloons. I don't know if they don't look like they're carrying ships, because this would be much bigger. It's like your ship has to be flown in. It can't come across the seas. It has to come on the wings of angels, because your masculine's too slow. It's pretty funny, the message I'm getting about that. There's a whole bunch of, so since the ship didn't come in, wasn't fast enough by sea, they're getting air transport from their angels to help bring their ship in more quickly. That's really funny. But it's reversed because maybe because of the Mercury retrograde, I'm getting just a little bit of delay. And I'm getting even that may even be bypassed. They don't even need to be airshipped in, that they will just get telepathically transported to you on your doorstep. It's like overnight delivery. That's what I'm getting here. Pretty funny. All right. So, injustice, new life offered, and then the injustice of coming together. These were both reversed, actually. I'm sorry, the Three of Earth was reversed too. So someone might have had to leave a situation like that. Like they were ready to take their mask off, and then they got beelined a little bit, and now there needs to be overnight delivery. It's like to speed it up because someone needed more time, so now the transport has to be quicker. So then two more cards came out. We have the Page of Air and the Five of Fire, which I'll turn them up right so you can see them. So the Page of Air is like the Page of Swords, and this is the one I told you where the symbol I got, when I reflected them and turned them on their side, it was like these wings. So these wings are very important, so take a good look at them and how beautiful they are. I'm getting the Statue of Liberty again. And again, the pursuit of happiness came up in the read today, so that's very important. And the Statue of Liberty, they all have to do with New York City. Or maybe Ellis Island. Did they go on Ellis Island when they were there? I can't remember. So in this card, it's the Page of Air. There's two feathers floating up in the air that have fallen off their wings. It's mimicking the fall of the leaves. So there's a message. You know, the Page of Air is all about a message, but again, it's reversed. So on the wings of angels, and again, I'm getting speedy deliveries. Like this is like diving quickly for the last time. Instead of coming in gently on the wings of angels, we're making a nosedive to come in quickly for overnight delivery. Because this has to do with messages too. We might lose a few feathers, but it's worth it in the long run is what I'm getting. All right, the Five of Fire looks like this. And they look like they're meditating. These are flowers shaped like bells. Like a tulip or a calla lily I'm getting. But they're you know, multicolored flowers, kind of like the ones that they dye at the florist. Dyed yellow golds and burnt oranges I'm getting. There's more butterflies here, so there's so much transformation here. And this one, it's Five of Fire, so I don't know if there's 5 butterflies. I'm seeing at least 2 anyway. There's also a flower over here, like a sunflower. I don't know if you can see in this card. But it looks like a sunflower that's been half fallen apart. Some of the petals fell off. There's 3 or 4 left, maybe more. But she's sitting there patiently waiting. And she knows what she's worth. The Five of Fire is all about expansion. And she's expanding by creating that vacuum. She's sitting patiently creating her 0 point because she knows what she's manifesting will come to her. But remember that this is reversed. This is coming up because of what I was just talking about some of the feminines wanting to go to a soulmate because they've been waiting so long for their masculine. You know, for some it's been, you know, it could be 5-10 years for some. So you may be losing. So if she goes to a soulmate too, you're going to lose your power. And she'll feel like she's been dropped on her head. Well, let's see what else comes up with this. But it's definitely about letting go of the fight. And you're not supposed to fight. It's about just keeping that vacuum and staying grounded and within yourself and knowing your worth and doing what makes you happy. And if that means going with another soulmate, then that's what you should do. You know, you have to go by what your own heart's telling you. What is your heart telling you? You need to meditate on that. But just know, after these two things, where everything's falling, and we're in the fall, so everything's meant to kind of fall apart, so they can then bottom out again. You know, it's like the birds that, you know, nosedive, and then they have to climb up again, right? Well, this is like that final descent where everything in the fall has to fall apart so it can come back together again, and then you have transformation, which is fully upright, until you come into the full transformation. Okay, so this is happening by winter time, because this is still within the fall energy as well. So within all of this fall, and there's all these 4 fall cards, because they're all reversed, those 5, except for the first one of the Ace of Earth, and then the transformation, the major arcana here. This isn't major, but it's an ace, which is major for me. And then the transformation, you see how it all comes together. You have all this other stuff in between, but then it all comes together in the end, in the transformation. So getting in the Divine Feminine read, which is before you, with love. This was done today, October 30th, 2019. Take a deep breath, you guys. We have the number 30, which is the 4 of Wands, which is the 4 of structure and stability and building that strong foundation. It's also the 3 with the 0 behind it, which is source contained within a human body, giving you that extra oomph behind that 3 of joy, of authentic expression, of coming together with others, with that smile on your face. The day adds up to the 52-7, which is the Queen of Swords. So, you know, very much in your truth. She's in mourning, the Queen of Swords. That's her natural aspect is being the woman in mourning, because she's been through a lot. She's still in her silver sword as opposed to her gold coin, because she gave her coin to her children, and her love, who has passed away or never came to her. So she never was able to get back her gold coin again because of her sorrow. But she's very truthful, and she's very good, maybe good to a fault. And this is 52-7. The 7 is that calm before the storm. That is the time where we create the vacuum, the 0 point, the 52 of the Queen of Swords. It's also, let's see. I was also getting the QE2 today, so the Queen Elizabeth 2. And on the wings of angels, because I don't know, let's see. So I don't know if you'll be able to see this very clearly, but this is the symbol that I was getting on the side that looks like angels. So if anyone knows what that symbol is upright, let me know. It was very cool. So it's been very gloomy outside today. I've been hearing a lot of gunfire from the police range that's not too far from here. So it's that kind of energy. It's a little bit stressful. I'm feeling it a little bit in my heart to my solar plexus. And also the symbol, or the acronym DE came up. And the meaning for DE has to do with opposite, do the opposite, or reverse, or remove. So this comes up in the read later, so it was very important. It's also referencing to the as above, so below, as within, so without, etc., etc. So QE2 and that. And getting into the read, it was done at 10:14, and the guns have been firing outside since this morning. I did notice it a little while ago. I don't know if they're still firing now. But 10:14 was the time of the feminine read, at the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, and the 14 of the Temperance card. Again, the angel wings. So butterflies and transformations and angel wings. It's all about that stuff today. And you see my little fairy sitting there with wings as well. And there's 2 butterflies on the flowers. So very much bringing up those energies. The major arcana for the feminine today were the Star card right in the middle, upright, Reason, which is the Emperor below that in the foundation, and Reflection, which was the block for the Divine Feminine, which is the Hermit. And then after the read, the cards I pulled out had Indigo and the Moon, which is Luna in this deck, the SIRIAN Starseed deck. There were no majors before the read, just those. So there's 3 in the read, and then the Indigo, which is like the Magician in this deck, and then the Luna or the Moon. For the Divine Feminine, we had 4 twos today. 2 swords, 2 pentacles, 2 cups, 2 wands, perfectly distributed. Then we have the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles as the court cards here. Not the King, I'm sorry, the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. The numbers here were the 2222 of the suits today. We also had double sevens were really important here and significant. The double sevens and the 4 twos were the most significant numbers, as well as the number on the code line, which was 79, which for me is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. And that came from 76 and the birth date of the United States and the bicentennial and all that. 76 and 3 of the Empress and Gaia, and also the 30, which is a 3, of stability and building that foundation, like the earth, how strong it is below you. So the other numbers that came up here were also 22 and 66, 34, which is the 8 of Wands, the sequence 6, 7, 8, lay them straight. Lay them straight, you might need to do that. And then the other numbers that came up less so were 26, which is the Page of Wands, 67, which is the Knight of Pentacles, 23, the King of Wands, and 89 as well. The message here was all around individuality. And of course, I always divide that word up because it's about duality and divide. In, divide, duality. But I was also getting here today, the first thing I was getting, individuality, right? So the visual was coming up, the video. And I'm paralleling that too to what came up in the card about the veil thinning this month around the Halloween time, that it always tends to thin this time of year, but also that it's increasing your visual capacity, so your clairvoyance, as opposed to all of your abilities. It's specifically making your visual stronger. But individuality, so having to do with duality, your vision, and the individual, being yourself and authentic to yourself, and that you are human, so there will always be some duality within you. You can't change that. So the message here around individuality has to do with Divine Masculine and TV, which is telepathy, and the rays of the pie. So it's saying the Divine Masculine's telepathy, the rays involved with the telepathy, just like Reiki rays, that you would see if you saw an image of what Reiki looks like, is the pie, which is the circle with the line through it, and also the word pie. If you've seen my technical diagram before, of the P and the I becomes the safety pin, which is the vacuum created between the masculine and the feminine, as the feminine is the pin that goes out when the pin's released to get energy from the sun, and then brings it around the bottom 2 circles of the pin as the masculine or the feminine, then into the masculine loop, and then he is the foundation of the back of the pin, and the top is the housing for both of them. So that's coming up here too, to create the vacuum. So the telepathy between you, the Divine Masculine's telepathy rays have to do with pi, the centering of the masculine and feminine within, and creating that vacuum of 0 point, like I just explained. That this requires balance and two humans, not just one. And alignment was also coming up here as the 76, because that is the 8 of Pentacles, which for me often is alignment of your desires, of your heart and emotions. So the telepathy between you and those rays require balance, 2 humans, alignment of heart and emotions. And also I was getting the three knights, or the 3 musketeers. So all for one and one for all. All right, so you have to both be fully on board. So we start the read here as my daughter FaceTimed me, and I was at 10:51. 51 is the King of Swords. And then 52 came up. That's funny. 52 came up again, which is the Queen of Swords, which came up as the day, adding up to 52 today. Let's see here. So something we talked about, it wasn't anything my daughter did, but something we were talking about ended up triggering me. So I felt into that, and it had to do with insurance stuff, of course. So that triggers everybody, right? But I wanted to feel more into it, where it was coming from. So what came up for me were very important for me to tell you. So the triggering that came up for me from my childhood was, the first thing that came up for me was my first car accident. Not that I've been in many, I haven't actually. But the first car accident I had, which wasn't a major car accident for us, I had my mom's old tank of a station wagon, and so there was, just a little bit of a dent. But the other car probably got totaled. But at that age, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know I was supposed to call. So my mom didn't say anything to me, and we never filed a claim because I didn't know that's what you do, right? Because I was a new driver. So that came up that I didn't know, and I figured my mother would do it. So it's about the codependency between children and their mothers, and of course, it changes as you grow up, because you need less and less help. However, for me, this was teaching me never to ask for help because my mother had no patience. So whenever I'd ask her for something, as far as studying back then, we didn't have computers. So it was always just look in the dictionary, look in the encyclopedia. That was always the answer. And so for the subjects that I needed help with, I never had help. I was basically told, go do it yourself. Just look it up, figure it out. And so I learned that I wasn't supposed to ask for help, which is not right? We're always supposed to ask for help if we need it. Of course, our own internal guidance should always be the last word, but we all need help from time to time. There's also something else that came up for me because my mother had a really bad temper, and I was her main target, the middle one, of course. My brothers were always causing havoc because they were a year apart above me. So when I was doing gymnastics one day, when I was young, because I was there at the YMCA, I think from age, when did I start? I started at age 8, so like around 8 to 11 I was at the Y, so I wasn't any older than that, but I think I was probably 8 or 9 when this happened. So at the Y, they always had a jar of pretzels at the window where you checked in, and you could get, I think, a pretzel for a nickel or 3 pretzels for a dime, something like that at the time. And I got there and found out that practice was canceled. This was for gymnastics. And I said, but I want a pretzel. So I bought the pretzel for a nickel, so I only had another nickel left because I only had a dime on me. So I went to make my phone call, and I couldn't make a call because I only had a nickel left, and it cost a dime. So at that age, I literally sat there for 3 hours, even though I could have just gone up to the counter, and they definitely would have called my mom for me. But I was so scared because of my mother's temper to ask an adult for help. I learned very much so at a young age not to ask for help. So when feeling confused or you have no guidance, it was just that anxiety of not knowing what to do. So when we're talking about insurances, and insurance makes everybody crazy because there's so many policies out there now, it brought up a lot of anxiety for me as far as, well, how do I decide this? Like, I don't have time nor the attention span right now to look at all these insurances, and who can you go to who has all that information, who's not going to take forever to explain it to you. So it's just that overwhelming feeling that came up about that. The third thing was, so that was the school stuff, the projects with school, the auto accident, and then the gymnastics thing when I was young. So I waited there for 3 hours till my parents picked me up. And I also didn't call, not only about being scared to ask a grown-up, but scared that my mom would be pissed that she had to come back and pick me up again. So some of the other things that came up here from the code line, I just looked online real quick to see what would come up. And also for the acronym DE, we had Germany, it's a Germany code, place of origin in names, so something is prefaced by DE. And then the company, Deere and Company, so we have the Deere again, which came up in those cards from the Good Tarot. Defensive end, so being defensive with the anger came up. And then Delaware, of course. And then I'm going to destroy this word. Diatomaceous earth. Diatomaceous earth. And then Doctor of Engineering. And then the headers that came up were the TV series 6, which definitely came up in the coding, 6, which can be, for me, 6 is love, family, community. 6 is also the lovers. It also is Sophia 9 for me, the collective consciousness of the feminine. But this TV series came up, and that was, most of these are from en.wikipedia.org, these headers that came up. There were 8 episodes that premiered on January 18th, 2017. It was about a SEAL Team 6. And basically documentary style that didn't make it through the 8 seasons, I don't think. It was DEV GRU, naval, it looks like speed, but I don't think that's the right word. Anyway, NS, and then Warfare Development Group Unit, DEVGRU. And then another heading came up, was 2016 Munich shooting. The Olympic shopping mall at Munich, where an 18-year-old, opened fire at McDonald's and then outside and killed 9 people and wounded 36. That was also from Wikipedia. The Dukes of Hazzard came up, season 7. So you see all the violence here. Even the Dukes of Hazzard, it's about, they would go hunting and all that kind of stuff too. Then we have Beyond Scared Straight. 3 sisters meet their match. That was from YouTube, and so was the Dukes of Hazzard. And then Firefighters in Action for Hours. Major fire wraps parts of, and then it was ... and that was from en24.news. And 24 is the Omega. It's also Karma, the end of Karma for me, and the Queen of Wands. So another header came up, Death and Funeral of Otto von Habsburg, who died July 4th, 2011. And he was called Otto of Austria, was the head of the House of Habsburg, the sovereign of the Order of the Golden Fleece, which I love that. That's actually real. 1922 to 2007. Also was Crown Prince, 1916 to 18, and by pretense, the Emperor and King from 1922 of Austria, Hungary, or formerly of Austria, Hungary, Bohemia, Dalmatia, Croatia, Slavonia, Galicia, and Lodonaria, and Ilaria, and Jerusalem. Sorry if I destroyed the words. I'm not very good at that. All right, so also lastly from the code line, I was getting to take the high road in the telepathy with the feminine within the masculine and their inner children. Take the high road, divine feminines of opposites, the defensive end. So when one person is defensive, it makes the other person on the offense, obviously. In divide and duality, offensive leads to defensive and vice versa. But you have to start somewhere in order to come into balance, just like the horse and the horse trainer. The horse trainer has to start where they're always being still. Even though the horse is wild, one person needs to remain still, or like a marker, like a grid point. It has to be grounded, right? So the horse keeps coming back. You keep offering the food, horse, gently, 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 and then eventually the horse trusts you and comes in. And I just watched a movie too, where the 2 moms, hated each other, and then ended up having to come together and end up being best friends. So stop prejudging people before you actually know them, or assuming that the horse won't calm down until you've tried, okay? So you have to try. You have to try to come together. Sometimes there might be a fight at first, like these moms who didn't get along. But once you break down your boundaries and you see that we're all really just human, then it makes it a lot easier. That's so funny. A cat just walked up at the front. All right, so someone's trying to spy on me. But that was perfect coming up at that time. All right, so getting into the read at 33 minutes already. We have the 4 of Swords here in the underlying energy. Below that is the 9 of Wands, which is the Wounded Warrior, the 2 of Swords, and the 2 of Pentacles. These 3 cards here. The Wounded Warrior and the 2 of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles. Below the 4 of Swords. So not sleeping enough for the feminine, rising above, surrendering to your knowing, and that was at 12:17. 12 is the Hanging Man and 17 the Star, which is right in the middle of the read today. And juggling, performing, the daily grind, the dance, balancing. The sovereign ending emotional cycle with secret out, a need to use their intuition, abilities, unhappiness of the King of Swords and their truth of destiny. Deliberating and not deciding, or a poor choice to tell the truth, of the Crown opening, and the Hermit being wise and going within, under the radar implementing a plan to come together, to co-create. No attention, in need of attention, a strategy to create together. Inconsistent gardener fell off the horse, flip-flop, of the 3 of Pentacles, or coins, or kohans. to pilots. Home gardening or work, keeping light to herself, rising above possibly the need to work, suffering in silence. The Queen of Pentacles is over being the third party, over the Emperor reversed, out of control, abuse of power, or ego death. Stuff to do at home, clean up the yard, Halloween, no pumpkin patch. Codependency came up here as the underlying energy, to being abused, and retreat was beneath it. So the feminine having retreated and then going back to the codependency from the abuser. Take care of you and your health and your home. Deliberations are out, the chariot's down, the masculine bull is out and looked right. So that's double masculine. That's why there's a lot of anger issues coming out there, and my right muscle's been having a tough time healing. So ignoring the feminine bull, and that doesn't have to be the divine feminine, it can be any feminine in their life. And that can be your masculine karmic ignoring you. But ignoring the feminine bull, chained, can only focus on sexual energy now. This is for the masculine. Negative or sad memories, now letting go to fix and repair the house and the yard. The divine feminine is awake. That's all that counts. Expressing feelings just as you want. It's saying for the feminine, you know, just love yourself first. You're awake and that's all that counts. So let go, fix and repair, whether it's your heart, your house, your yard, whatever relationships you want to deal with. Expressing feelings just as you want to. Whatever it is, whatever, to the masculine, their loss. They have no idea what they're missing. The fall, allow things to die off. Leave, so we have the fall and leave your life. Succumb to frosty and eventually hibernate. No more Barbie for purchase, Animal House drunk girl. If that's what they desire, then that's not the man you want. You want a man who knows himself. If he hasn't come forward, he has no idea who he is. Neglect is abuse. Don't feed the savior-victim template. Save yourself. If he doesn't save himself soon, his health will suffer. Ignoring, neglecting, leaving breadcrumbs, abusing you means he's doing the same to himself. Breadcrumbs only guide you if you can actually see them or find them, but they get buried in the leaves and the dirt. So here we have leaves again. Ask for help. Don't be afraid. Just make yours the last word always. If he makes an effort at love and respect, then give it back. If not, speak your truth without freaking out and keep going. Eventually the roads will naturally come together. You have no control. So have fun and balance your physical emotions and your spiritual life. Exercise means love your body. Express and create your emotions. Love spiritual. Time each day for just you and your shadow and your higher self. Leadership came up as the underlying energy, which is 81, which in the numerology divine triangle is the end of the cycle or completion. But beneath the leadership card was synchronicities, number 87. So in the feminine following her synchronicities, she came into leadership. This is underlying energy, so it's already here. The Knight of Cups takes off with her Grail in separation. There is sadness when not using your intuition. When the Queen of Cups is reversed and crying, and she's not reversed this whole read, just in this underlying section. She's actually very much upright at the end, okay? So the Queen of Cups reversed is reversed and crying. She feeds the Knight of Cups his elation, both polarized and needing to come back to the middle because neither extreme is good. The secret is out about separation, heartbreak, or three-way situation of the Knight of Cups upright, the High Priestess reversed, and the Queen of Cups reversed. And gunshots were coming up right here at 12:59, which is the minute before the hour of 1 o'clock. Grounding and integrating temptation of the Holy Grail, while the rat sniffs the biggest of the 3 cups you already have. Or someone gets a mouse or hamster as a pet, or lost them outside and found them again. While distracted by the Holy Grail, the squirrel, by the way, is interested too. 3 dark birds flew south. 3 cups below, 3 pentacles above, looking for love, can almost taste it, working to create something while someone is sneaking out back, or sneaking back in, or is out back, or coming clean about sneaky behavior, or lying, cheating, or stealing, and leaving breadcrumbs behind to keep you coming on the trail. Thought love was for purchase, but realizing now it's not an even exchange. 3 to 3 plus the 5 of Swords guy involved is never a good thing. Leaving a door perpetually open, never committing to anything fully. Time to commit to self. Ashes to ashes, dusk to dusk. You can only press so hard before something busts. Like the guy who has to over-tighten the bolt just to prove how strong they are and that you can't do it like they can, yet they split the wood or stripped the nut or now can't get the lug nut off the tire to change your flat. There's a time to be weak or surrender, and there's a time to be strong, which is surrender. But most of the time, it's a time to move along in each present moment, aiming for 0 point, the point of creation, the calm before the storm, the whirlwind, the vacuum, floating along, going on the flow, wherever the wind blows, on a wing and a prayer, the higher self and the heart. Start the presses. I heard the news today. Oh boy. Make your own news. What makes you feel good? The press, the cold to diamond, must start with the right material to get the expansion that you want. No pressure, no diamond, but nature takes care of that part. And that's at 117, the magician and the star. You may pick the piece of coal that you want, but then you have to let it go and let it percolate. It's nature's job to create the pressure to make it happen, not you. At 118, so we go from the star to the moon. Don't hold back your truth, but first make sure why you need to say it. Your truth is love, so if you fear it, do it. Get it out of the way, or just shift back to love so you don't get arrested. You have nothing to prove to anyone, just you to be. We're also human with ego, so forgive yourself constantly. You are built to fall and get up even better. If you never fall, you may rise to the top, but the one who fell will eventually surpass you in expansion. Just realize if you fall to your death, you will change dimension. New story, like being in the middle of a paper or work of art and the computer dies and you never saved your stuff. So that's what it's like if you change that kind of shift. So as long as you know you're not causing your death, and if you're choosing that, you know you're changing dimension, you'll be starting a new story, coming clean and not sleeping, needing to rise above, even levitate, coming together to co-create with your abuser, your user, your neglector, etc. It requires a lot of feelings and energy exchange back and forth to clear the air, to clear chakras and auric layers of wounds. Let them come up and out. Don't be afraid of that. Walk away and then come back to talk kindly to each other. When the sexual energy comes in, forgive him for using you. Forgive yourself for succumbing to him. Cry or scream if you need to, and then reset, counter to 0 point, and start again. Forgiveness is for those in fear, not love, to keep yourself in love, and if they choose love next time, then they're welcome back in. Make sure to love yourself first so they don't walk on you again. The savior-victim template here. You can't be a savior without a victim and vice versa. Save yourself, be your own hero, and lead the way by example. If some follow, cool. If not, that's cool too, as long as you are authentic to what you love and you're doing what makes you feel good. The recent past here is the E-Tower. Rapunzel is receiving, getting rid of stuff that no longer serves as the dark night crosses the 4D bridge to co-create or work in a line with desires, with news, message, or spreading the word on a quest to expand and release stuck emotions or fix that leak in the roof. And that was at 142 to 43, which is the 2 of Cups to the 3 of Cups. And then I couldn't find the Justice card that I put down because it was off to the side by itself. But 2 cards in this read that I couldn't find was the Hermit, which was the very end card, which was upright, and the Justice reversed, which was off to the side. And then I found it. It was the Justice card reversed there at 146. I found it. The Magician and the 6 of Cups, the children in the garden, was the odd man out by themselves on the Leadership card, but reversed. Injustice of the Dark Knight and resistance causing stuck emotions. And gunfire was going on here again at 149. And then a car drove south past my house, but very slowly, like a slow roll. So it was like the masculine slowing down. Injustice of the dark night and resistance causing stuck emotions, and I was guided to bring up the emotions as emote ions, the connections, right? The heart connections, stuck connections. The foundation is the reason. The emperor reversed, which is unsound reason, right? No reason, or there's no logic or rhyme. Present to the moment, the King of Cups taking attention away from others under the radar. Either the Emperor reversed is the King of Cups in ego death, or they're two separate people. The Emperor's reversed, the King of Cups is not, and the Emperor is getting the King of Cups to do the dirty work for them. And I was definitely getting a lot of stress when I was writing that. At 153 is the Magician and the Knight of Swords, which can be harsh truth, right? Or the King of Cups looks like the good guy, but is stealing success, attention, and good news from the Emperor reversed, or the others around them. Or the King of Cups is stealing intellectual property or taking back what was taken from him from the Emperor reversed, who stole it from him. That the Emperor used the King of Cups for all their ideas, and now fate is reversing those things, reclaiming what's his. Okay, so that's bringing in that reversal of the DE, the opposites, reversal, and what was the other word? I can't remember. Actually could be two different emperor reversed here. At work, butting heads, they could be two emperors, so two big power players, or it could represent the twins as well in both man-to-man energy, which is very difficult. Or two emperors battling over territory, ownership, because that's what emperors do, but they're both reversed, and there's injustice here of leadership now set aside. The central energy is the star upright. Switchback, reverse. Get back to where you once belong. Healing, shining your light, dreams come true, recovering back to business or group, only to walk away again, to release anxieties, prison, or a prisoner. But no option but to receive a new passion and growth. Very present to this. The masculine here, realizing it's destined and a gift. The challenge being the negative past, kids, or the past returning or a twin returning, uninspired or no longer inspired by the 5D connection, forcing the masculine's hand to make a connection in order to come together. The Queen of Wands is coming up here as weak, releasing codependency or out of control and chaos or ego death and rehab. The ex could try to return, so this is for the feminine, or it could be the masculine's ex as well, but the ex could try to return, or the divine feminine's sibling, friend, or a grown child is dealing with their own drama and triggering you, or karmic trying to come back saying they've changed. Knowing and keeping to self, the King of Pentacles reversed is ungrounded or losing status or money, or paying for the Queen of Wands rehab, but staying out of it. Like he doesn't want any part of it, but he's giving the money. If she refuses to inspire herself. And so it's been coming up where the masculine has to keep intervening on their behalf, trying to get them independent. And so if she's refusing to do that for themselves, then he's not going to have any part of it once she's healed or back on her feet again. So if she refuses to inspire herself. The Hermit and or Virgo energy is around Aquarius and Libra energies. The Queen of Wands is upright, but has Leo and Capricorn both reversed next to her. She may not be aware of what's to come next. The Hermit missing flame, third party rain on me, the King of Pentacles reversed, with the evil Empress reversed, and a King of Swords upright, recovering but not extending an olive branch to the Leo and or Capricorn, who could be definitely out of control, or shocked or surprised at the gate, grounding and integrating an offer without interest in the bird feeder, so someone who feeds women, or sweet tweets, being buttered up. The King of Wands upright gives a hug at the family gate and says goodbye to the Ten of Pentacles reversed, dysfunctional family or financial loss, loss of legacy or a business, closing the gates to a home or a business. What else did I want to bring up too? I don't know. All right, so the Hierophant or a marriage or an establishment, religion or leader or Taurus, has dumped or been dumped, crying or pushed to their emotional limits. And now crowning is the Knight of Swords rushing in, armored, surrendering, and vulnerable. To destiny, divine timing, to sovereign coming together to come clean. Awaken to the truth and crown wide open. The Page of Wands is reversed because they're frustrated, tired, uninspired, possibly in debt, scammed, or a bad relationship with alcohol or depression involved. And then more gunfire here at 220, which is the High Priestess and the Judgment card. So then we turn the page and it's 222. 222 is an old TV show about guidance counselors at school. So some of you may be dealing with that. Drained or sick, letting go to repair, the King of Wands is over the worst of a painful ending or betrayal of sexual conflict or competition, or fighting, or casual affairs of the King of Swords juggling to come together and recovering, finding joy after chaos. Dark Priestess with no intuition, with big feet and ankle bracelets, may be surprised or surprises you with keys being given or given back, or could be the keys to a new house. That could be a real estate agent as well. Reunion to recover, but no olive branch offered, just the keys, if that. Surprised, unsatisfied with the offer, the King of Wands has another connection in mind. Or, surprise, the secret's out, the King of Swords, worst over, with casual sex, drunk, depressed, unequal relationship with the Empress reversed, and juggling two people, or just having regular casual flirtations, recovering in detox, or from being out of control, Leo or ego. Shocked, no keys were left at the gate for another sexual reunion. So someone might have always left their key at the gate so they could sneak back in if they, once they're finished being mad. The fight and the makeup kind, the only kind of sexual reunion that was coming up for this particular energy here. So obviously this doesn't apply to everyone. Only take what applies to you and let go of the rest. Someone's surprised that there were no keys and is unhappy in connection, or someone is surprised there's no keys and explaining that they're unhappy in the connection after being bored with an offer or grounding and integrating too long. It's been a long time. So soon is the Three of Wands, present to a marriage, Taurus, religion, establishment, leader, or tradition, imbalanced in chaos or detox, on the warpath, scammed, in debt, or in a bad relationship, broken, broke down, breakdown of a car, or travel issues, or something canceled, like a move or trip. And the Knight of Pentacles, which also can be a Cancer, Virgo, or Taurus, offers help, money, or an opportunity, or a proposal, making Taurus cry, or actually making Taurus feel guilty, or shame, or grief. Deception of the Empress reversed, and coming together, or a group that's reversed, though, gossipers and overindulgers, or a party offering no love, schmoozing women, or jealousy, insincerity amongst women in a group, getting real about dumping emotional attachments, Cancer or Taurus broken, and the other one in chaos. And I was getting emotional attachments as being EA, so I don't know if EA means something to someone. Taurus, the jealous or insincere one, or one who charms all the girls into submission, deceiving the Empress reversed, or Taurus is the Empress reversed, or the Empress reversed at the new moon is third party, or third party interference, or it's actually the negative group, or that's their mother-in-law, or boss in charge of him, the Empress reversed, schmoozing the clients. The Knight of Cups reversed, and the Ten of Pentacles reversed, and Temperance all reversed. Dysfunctional family with charmers and bad tempers, fallen angels, Sagittarius and Taurus, Cancer and Gemini, who use people, or it's going out of business, or just jealous, impatient with a messed up family that it's all about money and parties, or the right social status or group. All right, so obviously that's for some, it's not for all. And also I wanted to bring up too, before I forget, there's two Empresses in this read as well. One's like a dark Empress reversed, and there's another Empress reversed, which can be that dark Empress reversed also, but it's more about somebody else who's just a sick parent, or just someone who's not themselves. But the dark Empress that is always a different energy for me. So this one is not the dark Empress that I'm talking about right now. Okay. Is it? Oh yeah, that actually might be a dark Empress. This one might be, because there's 3 places where the Empress reverse came up here. It can be, or it doesn't have to be, though. All right, but it's definitely a major dysfunctional family here, where they're all reversed. They have bad tempers. They tend to use people to make money because their family is all about money. And obviously that's not for everyone, but this is for this specific family. I was getting Sagittarius, Taurus, Cancer, and Gemini who use people, or they're actually just going out of business, or just jealous, impatient, messed up family that's all about money and parties or the right social status or group. The Divine Feminine is the 7 of Wands reversed. Nothing to prove, defenseless to the energies, but doesn't care anymore. Connecting with stars, dreams, and healing. Soulmate, or just connecting with self in a really great way. Uninspired, in need of help and assistance, or along with 2 kids feeling taken down by the enemy who has played them. And the 2 kids could just reference the masculine and feminine as well. And the number 27 came up here, which is the Ace of Wands. That new passion or inspiration. Healing family issues came up. Give your relationship a chance. And by the way, your kids may need your help. So that was coming up for them. As we turn the page, it's 2:59. Again, we're at the minute before the hour for 3 o'clock. And 2 is the High Priestess. Romantic feelings, attraction, and stay optimistic about your love life for the Divine Feminine. Around the Divine Feminine is the 8 of Cups upright. Rained out, separated, hurt, brokenhearted, or heart surgery of Empress reversed, offering her heart and ignored as usual. But from this rain comes a new life offer that really floats your boat, causes an out-of-body experience, or not sleeping and rising above. To receive a new big offer of a money, job, or a new life, or possibly surgery, with a chance at a new life, beware of deception or know all the risks before going into anything, especially a surgical procedure. Or deeply contemplating at the new moon or early morning hours before dawn, an offer seen before, the 4th time perhaps. Was there something that you were overlooking, right? Because it keeps coming back. It seemed too good to be true at the time, but has stood the test of time and is now still being offered. No need to rush in. If needed, walk away and within. It may be time to come out of the rain and the 4 a.m. levitations into the daytime, the light, where there are trees and love and the pursuit of happiness. Clear blocks, Divine Feminine, of the Hermit in isolation, deliberating poor choices of the Queen of Swords reversed and the Knight of Swords upright. Negative self-talk and needing to speak your truth, or truth that knocks you for a loop. Go visit your mother or an older woman in the hospital or a home who may also feel left behind if it's authentic to your heart. Don't do it if it's false. Individuality came up, but even more so here for the feminine is health and domestic harmony. So focus on your body, your mental, but also your spiritual and emotional health, and your domestic harmony, which is your heart, but also your physical home. News, message, child, maybe leaning on the truth of a new life or financial offer. The Queen of Pentacles with money or energy or time withering away, so it seems, connecting deeply with the King of Wands, with a family or business. Institutional loss may be overwhelming, and the Queen of Pentacles is without affection or in a breakup and defenseless to energies or attacks, and too tired to care. A little truth for a big new life may be in need of a love offer added to the pot. The Taurus without family or business or legacy may be in need of love or is overwhelmed by the offer of a new life connection. The Queen of Pentacles feeling the length of days, feeling the Knight of Swords sending 5D messages at the other end of the bridge. In need of peace, unhappy alone with memories of the past, going to visit a friend or relative's house for a mini vacation to express and let feelings out, lots of physical fun. Indigo, like the Magician in this deck, manifesting at the new moon, sudden events, eruptions, epiphanies, causing a sudden release of burdens, responsibilities, and allowing themselves to fall into a pit if needed, maybe on a flying trapeze or possibly skiing. At 327 is the Empress and the Ace of Wands again. The Magician at 327, the Ace of Wands, suddenly manifesting, which is that new passion, and the Empress, Gaia, suddenly manifesting a plan to complete cycle or to be with the sealed Divine Feminine. dumped, overwhelmed, or purging, or tears of joy, the Queen of Cups upright is lovingly perched with the Hermit holding light on her for a change. And like I told you before, the Injustice card was put aside. And then 81 came up as the number here on the numerology card for completion, and 81, or for leadership, but 81 is also completion in the numerology Divine Triangle book. The end of a life cycle. Rising above, the Emperor reversed, defenseless to walking away, the Divine Feminine's heart shining and healing, challenged by the past with their twin, or kids perhaps, presently reflecting gifts within of the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles seeking peace as indigo new moon. Suddenly manifesting a purge, propelling the Hermit past the Queen of Cups to the top, she having left space by falling. Rising above the 5D connection, the Divine Feminine's heart open to come clean, air out, empty any negative energies, completely out. The Emperor reversed, healing and shining light for dreams to come true, the messenger of truth, or the knight in shining armor, with a message, challenged by the twins' return or difficult kids, defenseless to present, walking away and within as the Hermit and Queen of Pentacles Taurus, or Hermit is the Queen of Pentacles and needing peace with indigo at the new moon or early hours, projects to the top on shoulders of the Queen of Cups, gladly perched to clear space for the magician to rise. Or the Queen of Pentacles or the King of Cups no longer wants to be the ever-ready bunny. So the Queen of Pentacles can be Virgo for sure, but also can be a Taurus. So there could be two different energies there. I wasn't getting Capricorn. I was getting mostly Virgo or Taurus. But like I said, if it comes up with the Hermit as the Queen of Pentacles, then that's definitely Virgo anyway. All right, but I just wanted to make sure that was clear. All right, so that's your read. We're at 101, going on to 102. So should I do the 12 signs? What the heck? I'm over an hour already. I'll do the 12. I already put the cards out, so we'll go do that real quick. I'm going to show you the cards now. And then we'll get to that. All right, so the underlying energy here is that 4 of orbs or swords there. Recent past is the 7 of crystals or pentacles, which for me is the Divine Feminine's heart, the E tower. Okay, then we have the reason of the Emperor here. And you have the King of Cups under there too, so I wanted to make sure you saw that. The central energy there is the Star, challenged by the 6 of chalices, which was reversed in this read. The other underlying energies there, the Knight of Orbs or Swords there at the top, bridging across to the near future position, which is the 3 of Flames. Then we have the Feminine seeing themselves as the 7 of Flames, but that was reversed. And then around them is the 8 of Chalices or Cups. Then the blocks, the Feminine needs to clear there, is the Hermit card, Reflection, seen there. But you also see that Empress, which is reversed energy actually, sticking out there, so that was important for a reason. We end up there with the Queen of Pentacles upright, with the 6 of Swords or Orbs above that, which is reversed. And then the Indigo card, which is upright, and then the Moon, which is reversed. And then we end up there on the Hermit. And you see the Justice card there reversed on the number card. All right, so now I have the 12 signs I put out. The top cards are the underlying energies, and then we start with the left as Aries, going across down to Pisces with the message of concern there on the right, and then we have closing cards as well. So let's see what comes up for the 12 signs. All right. So I'm not going to do Thoth today. I'm not going to do Thoth. I'm just going to do clarifiers. I have the mini deck from Rider-Waite. We have the Rider-Waite main deck here along with the Kipper deck. And I'm going to use my mini to clarify. And we're going to start with Aries at the top there. I'm just going to shovel this deck. Take a deep breath, you guys. So the underlying energies start 5th card down with this 2 of Cups reversed, which goes to the Ace of Cups reversed above the water signs, the 4 of Cups upright above the air, the 7 of Cups upright above earth, and then the fire sign has the 8 of Cups reversed. So you notice all the cups, every one of them is a cups. Wow. A lot of emotions going on here. So we have disconnect here, all right, or just not seeing eye to eye. But actually, this could be good because this could be seeing face to face, but just not totally agreeing yet, not on the same page yet, but seeing each other face to face. And then we have being pushed to your emotional limits, dumped, crying for the water signs. And then for air, we have, again, grounding and integrating, an offer of love, or bored. The earth signs, then we have the synchronicities or the options, having a choice to make, maybe feeling a little confused, overwhelming, like insurance choices. And then we have the fire signs with the feeling in very difficult emotions, you know, that uncomfortable feeling when you're just not comfortable inside your body, and or just learning to deal with the work of the ascension journey while you're around other energies. So that's not easy to do, but without walking away. So that's the fire signs. So we're going to start here with Aries and do one more shuffle. All right, so Aries has the Three of Swords and the occupation. So why does Aries have this? And why does it have the Eight of Cups reversed at the top? So why does Aries have the Three of Swords and occupation? And that could be something rained out as well with the Three of Swords. All right, so for Aries, it's very much about work and practical issues, because we have grounding, saving, holding on loosely, maybe skating on thin ice there because you don't have a ton of money to work with, but you're being practical and you're stable. But there's also this imbalance here. This could be in debt and needing to save to pay off, or hard to save because you have so many debts to pay off. Or this could be someone scamming you as well. And now you feel like you need to cling to your money because someone took it from you, and you feel brokenhearted or lost money in a separation. But it's regarding the job. So someone's not comfortable in their job. It's either the people around them that scam them or cause their debt, or because you're in a separation, maybe you have to work with a partner. But that's all what this energy is. But then we have kids here too involved. And this part, that the kid energy here, in essence, is good. The exposure is good. But there's definitely an imbalance here, because maybe the kids are taking over. And this could be at home too, just feeling emotionally, physically drained because it's all about the kids, right? That can be there too. So it's really practical issues for Aries today. Feeling like it's a rainy day syndrome I'm getting. But there could be separation, heartbreak, and it could just be a rained out day. Like maybe something at work was outside, so it got rained out, or school. But yeah, it's just kind of all about work today, which doesn't make you happy. There's just an uncomfortable feeling for you today. Okay, there's the King of Cups reversed with all those cups in the underlying energy. He's just not feeling himself today, maybe feeling over-emotional, uncomfortable in his own skin, maybe feeling manipulative, or maybe drinking today because of the kids. Right, so that's Aries. So for Leo, we have Wheel of Fortune reversed, and we have Mature Woman. So why are they uncomfortable? I mean, this is not upright. It doesn't mean it's bad. It could just be a slowdown of timing or a downturn of something. Can reference the retrogrades as well. So what is it about Leo that we need to know about this uncomfortable feeling? Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed again. So someone's definitely, doing the daily grind here. But something's not going right. This is being stuck in chaos. Could be someone on the warpath, but she's upright. So a car might have broken down. And it's definitely having to do with the mature woman, because here we have the Empress again. So that's the same woman probably, unless there's two women who aren't getting along. But this is more about things breaking down and not working in your favor. But she's good. It's just she needs to be patient with herself. Things are going, but there may be a car that breaks down, or somebody has to go get rushed to the hospital, or things just slow down because of Mercury retrograde. I'm not getting anything negative in essence, but these two are the, she's a trump card too. It's just not time yet. But like I said, there could be a canceled trip or a move that's canceled, or definitely could be car issues or ambulance issues. Anything else? No, I'm just getting like that, the daily grind. It's just not time, and traffic may be a pain in the butt today. just feeling out of sorts because you're not feeling good inside your body. So it's time to meditate. This is not tapping into your intuition, or secrets come out. But I'm getting more, this is more about not tapping into your intuition. That's why you feel uncomfortable. You need to meditate. But it could be a secret's out, but it's not quite time. That's what I'm getting. It's almost here, but it's not quite out yet. And she may not know that it's coming out, and she may be surprised by it. So it's just not today, guys. And then we have the Empress and the King of Swords. So right, we have the Empress. So there could be a split here, or this could be somebody's mother here of these two. These could be two older sisters too, like it could be a mother and her sister and one of their children here, grown children. So a lot of different situations here, but they're both reversed. The Emperor's upright. The Empress is upright. So she has the upper hand at the moment. And then the Tower comes in. So that's not quite here yet. So maybe tomorrow. All right, so let's see here. Sagittarius, the Four of Wands and the Great Fortune card. This is beautiful, actually. It's just, why is there uncomfortable feelings there? Or just doing the work around other people at the family. This could be a big celebration. It could be a wedding. Great fortune, happiness, a new house, a new business. Why are we uncomfortable here? All right, come on. Why are we uncomfortable? Sagittarius. Sagittarius is October 30th, 2019. Sagittarius. All right. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups and the Emperor reverse, which is actually this read. This is in the read. The feminine's coming up as the Queen of Cups. She can be other energies in this read too, but she's coming up the end upright, and the Emperor was reversed here, being strong. But this I'm getting is ego death in the read. So I'm not getting this as negative. There's just some energies that still need to clear. This could be ego, but this could also be him having to deal with a Leo that throws him off his game. But this is more ego death than out of control abuse, because everything else is good. And we have such positive energies. This could also be a parent who's passed, or a parent who's being strong for someone else, or someone who's in the hospital. But I'm not specifically getting that. I'm getting maybe someone's leaving a hospital, but they still need to recover because they're being strong. Okay, they just don't feel good. Okay, that could be someone just doesn't feel good, but an older person, okay? But this person's here to help out. Okay, so overall, though, for Sagittarius, there's great fortune. Something's beautiful here. About happiness, home. We have Hierophant reversed after that, though. So this is either a divorce or some kind of spiritual coming together. All right, thinking outside the box, alternative relationship. Could be having two parents stay with you. And we have, Aries, Leo, and Taurus energies here, along with the water energy. So it's a lot, Sagittarius. And here you have like two red coats here. So they're power players. So it's a lot. Maybe a lot of good fortune. So maybe two people passed and left you, and both left you money. And that's why there's great fortune in a home. Or it could be could have to do with kids in a divorce, or it could have to do with coming into union as well. This could be a divorce and coming into union, and somebody's out of sorts. But like I said, it's ego death, not abuse of power, and being strong in a divorce, or with a Taurus and the kids. Okay. But overall, it's good. It's good. Just might be complicated, but good. That's where the uncomfort comes from, or discomfort comes from. It's just there's a lot of people involved. But for Sag, it's good. All right, Taurus, we have 5 of Pentacles reversed and the Child. So why? This could be recovering from an injury. So a child might have hurt themselves and now recovering or on crutches. But for all of the earth signs, we have the 7 of Cups, which has to do with choices and options, and maybe too many choices that confuse you, or there's only one that you want, and synchronicities are being shown to you everywhere. So what do we have for Taurus? Why do we have a little girl? And that just fell out. All right, so the little girl and the 5 of Pentacles reversed. So again, this is the same. Same as what we just dealt with. This wasn't Sag, but this was Leo, I believe, right? So same as the Leo energy. It just wasn't time yet. Is that what it was? So they might just, this was a little bit different because before there was another card over here that wasn't this. So For Taurus, definitely dealing with children. Someone might have had an injury. We have ambulance energy there. Someone might have hurt their ankle or something. Definitely could be right side because we're having anger issues. So the injury is probably on the right side. Might be a little girl. Some people, a little girl there. Maybe her eyes were bigger than her stomach, or, you know, that energy doesn't have to be food, but it can be about stuff. Like maybe they thought they could do something and they got injured trying to do it. They always think that they can do everything, but they can't. So it could be a little kid, but also it could be a grown-up who was acting like a little kid and got injured. Okay, but this is just someone doing their daily, regular dance and got hurt. The Empress is fine, but there's definitely purging here or suffering in silence later. And this may be the person who got hurt. Or like I said, it could be a child involved. This could be someone who miscarried because they got hurt as well. If they were carrying a child, maybe something happened with a child. Because I'm not seeing any kids here, but I see it there. So someone may be in mourning because they got hurt and lost their, or maybe their miscarrying was the injury. Okay, and this is someone not expressing their feelings about it. All right, and there's end of family cycle or emotional cycle here as well, and not expressing. Okay, there's definitely broken heart and separation energy there. All right, so next is for Virgo, which is the Hierophant reversed and the pathway. Okay, so this can be spiritual. I'm not getting the negative energy for that with the pathway, although it could be divorce here, but more so can be just be anything outside the box, alternative, spirituality. What else am I thinking? Could be a negative religious leader as well, or Taurus reverse. So maybe too many choices. Which path do I take? Why does Virgo have the Taurus energy along with the pathway? For Virgo, why? Okay, so we have the Dark Knight, the Death card, transformation, going over the 4D bridge to their awakening. This is very clear as day. Clear as day, going from night to day. Okay, so that's the Hierophant reversed because they're reversed because they've been on a long journey in their awakening, the Dark Night of the Soul. But they're awakening to all of their synchronicities. They're seeing them all over the place. And they know that about the message of love that's come into them from the Queen of Pentacles. That is very clear. So the Virgo can be the Queen of Pentacles or can be the masculine energy as well. Although this is Scorpio. And then for me, this is Capricorn, but it can be Pisces as well. And this is Pisces too. So there you go. This is very clear. I can't be any more clear for you than that. There can be a child involved and parents here. Okay, or it could be a child now and 3 parents, especially if 2 people are splitting up and there's another person in the picture. All right, see there we have another woman. These could be 2 children as well. All right, but this is Dark Night, complete transformation, transition, or a death. But here's an awakening. A rising, it could be like the awakening after Jesus passed away, rising, and then an offer of love. This is definitely Jesus energy too. And then 2 women here. And these could be grown children or they can be friends, co-workers, whatever it is. They could actually be witnesses to a ceremony that you want to have as well. I think there's a message. I'm getting that these 2 are coming with a message. This one's bringing, these could be a parent and kids where the parent is bringing the kids that need to bring a message of friendship or love to this energy here. But it could be multiple things. Anyway, that's for Virgo. By the way, the underlying energy in the Kipper deck was the house. So someone's definitely dealing with a house, moving or leaving. A wealthy man. There's also a sick man behind that. So somebody could be waiting for their wealth to come in from a parent who passed, or a house that gets inherited. Okay, so for Capricorn, we have the Knight of Cups reversed, and then here's expectation. So this could be someone who refuses to give or receive love. It can be someone who's jealous or insincere. It can be someone who schmoozes all the women. And she's now expecting something from him because that's how he is to all women. He gets them to expect something from him because he's nice to them all, but has no intentions of ever giving or receiving love to anyone. Okay, or it can just be someone who's jealous or feels rejected or insincere. Like I said, there's someone who's got lots of options and you're not one of them, is what I'm getting. Or somebody's seeing synchronicities everywhere and just not feeling like being a loving person. All right, so for Capricorn, 3 cards reversed. The energy of the High Priestess reversed and the King of Swords reversed. You know, not a great combination. This can be a secrets out, that this person's not in their truth. But this is a slowdown or bad timing of the High Priestess and the King of Swords. This could be, besides not using your intuition, it can be the secrets out, or there's a secret passion here, but this person's not in their truth. So we have the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups could be either energy. It doesn't have to be masculine energy. So it can be either of these energies. Plus we have the expectation here of this and all the synchronicities or options around. Let's see what else is coming up. All right, there is a sudden event here that comes up. Sudden epiphany. A sudden anything, good or bad, is coming up here. Let's see what else is coming up. This is, out of this is going to be something big coming out of that, because you have 2 majors and then the King of Swords not in his truth, and he can be verbally abusive when he's like that as well. So it could be a big all-out fight. This doesn't have to be like divine feminine energy. It can be someone who also likes to practice spell work or nature work, that kind of stuff, or is very religious, but is not using their intuition, and definitely in a downturn. Or maybe someone's spiraling as well. But he's not in his truth, or he's lying, or he's being verbally abusive and may be exploding. And then we have someone may escape from prison. And that could be real or you know, anxieties in your head. Like literally, or kicking everybody out of the house all at once is what I'm getting. To relieve themselves from prison. So somebody's getting out. And that's Capricorn. So he may need to break out of something like this. It's almost like escaping from prison in order to get to this one waiting, okay, with expectations, so that they can prove that they're not that Knight of Cups reversed. So that's Capricorn. Then we have Gemini. Gemini is the 6 of Swords reversed and the Journey. Okay, so this is stuck in their emotions, unable to find peace. There could be leaks in the ceiling as well there. Leaks in the boat or the dock. So why, or maybe a trip was canceled as well, and that just flipped out. The Devil. All right, so there was a journey here, but it might have been canceled or delayed. Someone is grounding and integrating an offer of love or offer of something. So if it could be love, but it could be something else. It could be a trip, you know, that you'd love to go on, but is it something you really want to do? So the Devil flipped out. So somebody might be freaking out that a trip got delayed or canceled, or something came up blocking the trip. Somebody may be bored now because they couldn't go. And this definitely can be codependent or addictive energy. And this is about being sneaky or coming clean. Like someone's sneaking away from this energy. It's like this person it's like they're 2 separate people. This person wanted to sneak away until this one comes clean about, you know, they could be taking the stand as well in court. And are they really going to say the truth? It's the Devil. Are they really going to speak the truth on the stand? They don't care if they lie. How can you be a liar? But we have journey and travel here, and maybe someone's late for court, and if they don't show up, then the Devil's going to get away with something. We got the Angel and the Devil here, and them needing to come clean between each other. So this could be the person sneaky, because they have Angel-Devil syndrome there on either shoulder. And there's the Dark Knight coming in. And it's funny, Animal House came up with the shopping cart girl, because now we have the angel and the devil on each shoulder. And now we have the death card, right? Isn't there someone, what's his name? I can't remember all the names, but one's like death, right? He's got a car that's like death. So a lot of Animal House is coming up here. But then we're going back into the awakening here for Gemini. There's definitely complete transformation, the dark night and awakening between the light and the shadow, and the sneakiness or the need to come clean. So maybe they need to take this trip to come clean and it got canceled, or there may be some delays. Somebody's bored, or maybe doesn't trust the other one. Maybe they're worried the other one's going to stomp all over them again. So let's see. But I don't think it's, I'm not getting it's bad. There's it's just kind of apathetic energy, maybe delays, bored. But ultimately, I'm getting really good feelings are coming out of whatever this journey is. We're just not quite there yet about what's going on with this journey. So for Libra, we have the Fool in the family room. That would be me right now, the Fool in the family room. Okay. All right, so why does Libra have this? Why does Libra have the Fool in the family room and the Four of Cups? All right, so Libra has the King of Pentacles, the Hermit reversed, the Two of Pentacles, and the Chariot reversed. So the King of Pentacles, great, upright, coming out after isolating to get back to the daily grind, and then maybe had an accident, or their car broke down. And it's funny because the car, my neighbor's car, they couldn't get it started earlier. So someone's definitely having car issues. There may be traffic issues, going to the hospital with a kid who hurt their ankle or their arm or something, probably the right side of their body. But whatever happens here, it makes you feel free, Libra. No one's home. Maybe everybody went to the ER, so nobody's home, so he gets to have some time to himself after a long day. So whatever's happening, it caused some problems. If someone's getting the car fixed, either way, it set Libra free. So if Virgo came up, this could be a Virgo Libra person as well. We have Virgo here, and Cancer. Okay. So there's the Empress too. Or someone's free. Maybe someone, if it's not a car issue, it's not an ambulance going to the hospital issue, and it could be taking a mother to the hospital, an older mother, or just because everyone had to go. Like I said, someone has the house to themselves and they love it. Whether it's the King of Pentacles or the Empress. Or, I'm not really getting breakups or anything like that from this, but just someone feeling free, whatever the case is. They got the house to themselves. They can do whatever they want. Maybe I'm also getting that because he came out with whatever he came out with about the performance, or maybe something that he was hiding, right? Someone might have left. May feel broken, but she's still upright. So we'll have to see where that goes. Then we have Aquarius with the Nine of Swords and the Message. Okay, and this for me is chronic purging or chronic suffering in silence, chronic headaches, chronic up nights, not able to sleep, crying, whatever that is. It's chronic suffering of some kind, right? With a message and boredom, or, you know, can't take this anymore, of not being able to sleep because you can't function, so you're bored. Why does Aquarius have this energy? And I just get the Page of Cups. There's a message of love. After all this suffering, a message of love comes in. And this is literally the message that's on top there. It might be actually replying to that. There was a message that was given already 3 times. This may be the 4th. But now, Aquarius, there's a message coming back. Or this is the message being given from the Queen of Pentacles, either way. Queen of Pentacles is offering a message of love from 2 people, or it could be between these 2 people, both offering love to someone who's suffering. So it could be someone in the hospital, like taking a card or going to visit with the kids. Okay, so it could be somebody who's suffering. They're being visited. so they won't be bored. So this could be somebody, the person in the hospital, that could be somebody else also visiting with them, but they're just not doing as good. They may be out of control. Okay, being strong. Or like I said, this could be someone getting out of the hospital because they're strong, they're doing better, but they're bored because they're not in between. They can't just do what they want yet. That's coming up for Aquarius. Then Cancer has the Seven of Swords guy with the courthouse. That's definitely someone getting arrested or dealing with some kind of suit. Liar, cheater, thief. This is just inherently a card of risk. But we have the courthouse involved. And then we have the Ace of Cups at the top reverse, which is being dumped, crying, purging, pushed to your emotional limits, overwhelmed. Could be just going to the bathroom and peeing a lot as well. This could be making a getaway after being dumped. So someone could have gotten fired and now is going to sue whoever fired them. So let's see what's going on. Why does Cancer have the courthouse and the Seven of Swords and the Ace of Cups reversed? All right, and that flipped over. So this was like that reversal energy that came up in the read. That something that was wrong is going to be flipped over the opposite way. All right, so we have some kind of issue at work, whether it's leaving a job, people not getting along at work, and this could be anything. It could be a hospital even, a place of co-creation, a place where you work out, but there could be a third-party interference or third-party situation, or the business is closing. It could be a small business here. And then the World here is incomplete, and then Justice here, but Justice is served here unless this is Libra energy. So then we have the World of Pisces. This could be a partnership too that's breaking up, because this could be Pisces and Libra. What else do we have with Cancer? So someone might have gotten caught cheating or lying or stealing, so they got fired. But now there's issues at work because they're incomplete. They don't have everyone they need. But justice was served, right? So somebody got fired, but now the business is screwed because they don't have all the workers they need. But then coming together afterwards to relieve everybody, right? It's like happy hour after work to deal with all this crap that they dealt with. So it could be a court case that you had to deal with at work is over finally. It's not quite complete. There's still some paperwork to do, but justice was served and everybody's happy. Okay? Well, these people are happy anyway. But things aren't, it could have been a closing of a business, a suit, whatever it is. Could have left work, retired. But either way, justice was served and people are coming together to find peace. It could be a divorce case that's finally over too, and now able to come together and find peace at home or in union. There you go. Three of Cups, justice. Okay, that could be after a divorce or a breakup of a business. Able to come together and find peace in union or at home or a new home or marriage or a party or celebration, and being present. And then the King of Wands comes up there. So that's for Cancer. So being pushed to your emotional limits, something had to break, right? So that may have done the trick to whatever happened in this court case or whoever got arrested, but I'm not getting that really so much. Somebody could have ran away. Somebody might feel like the other person got away with murder because somebody's crying about it, whoever lost. All right, we have Scorpio, the King of Cups, and the courtship. The courtship of Eddie's father, so much that. Okay, so the King of Cups and the courtship for Scorpio. Why? That looks very positive. But the Ace of Cups is reversed. Why? It might be overwhelming for them. King of Cups for Scorpio. Why? Why the courtship and the Ace of Cups reversed at the top? All right. That dropped out. So for Scorpio, dysfunctional family or loss of money, legacy, inheritance, whatever it is, this is about the war is over, but there's some financial loss or family loss. There's some kind of disruption, right? The PTSD after the war. Maybe apologies are needed. And there's no affection here, no love loss between parties, whatever happened. And this is the at night. And this could have to do with sexual energy at nighttime as well, like apologies need to be made. And then we have the Queen of Wands reversed. She's not happy. Let's see what else. So I'm not getting this is a nice happy courtship thing. The King of Cups, this could be his family, and it's post-war. It could be War of the Roses, right? Where they broke up. It was a marriage that broke up or a relationship that broke up. And there's still things that need to be illuminated. They're not fully illuminated yet because it's the moon, not the sun. Or just at night, it's difficult because they may be still in the same house, and the Queen of Wands may be pissed or tired of this and out of control, and she's trying to save money to get out. So she's trying to save money ground, or trying to get away with putting money aside without anyone knowing. This looks like a scam, or, you know, it's definitely an imbalance being, right? And this matches over here. So it looks like a breakup for sure, where she's trying to get money aside, and it could have to do with kids' funds as well. There you go. As soon as I said kids' funds, the sun came up. So somebody might be trying to get money out of the divorce by stashing it in the kids' funds and then planning to cash out the kids' funds afterwards to get their money. Okay? Or this is just being in debt as well, on hard time saving money because of the kids. Or the debt here is exposed now. Maybe the kids have been spending too much money, or she's been spending too much money, and it just came out now that she's in debt or feels scammed. But it's mostly because of the kids, and she's not happy. She's pissed. And there's your King of Cups reversed, so he's not upright. Oh, there's another card here? Nope, it's just that one. So the King of Cups is upright there, but not here. So maybe in this is the old situation, but maybe be planning another courtship, because this is all the old stuff and the kids, and he's reversed. And then he's upright over here with courtship. So maybe planning something new. Yep, see? He's working on aligning with his desires to bring out the truth. So that's Scorpio. And it doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be family stuff. It could be, possibly could be a new job. You know, we have like a family business type thing that might have fallen under. So Scorpio might be changing businesses. But there's definitely courtship. This could be courting another business, you know, if that's your first love, especially. But you feel overwhelmed by the whole situation. All right, Pisces, Ace of Pentacles and the message of concern. Why is there a message of concern and the Ace of Cups reversed with the Ace of Pentacles upright for Pisces? Well, there's the Ace of Pentacles reversed now. Maybe they were all ready to start a new life or get money or a loan, and then all of a sudden it was delayed because of Mercury retrograde. This was held back so that love could come in. Ooh. Just when you think things are crappy again, right? Because you were expecting this to be upright, and then it comes in reverse because there's delays. Now the cavalry comes in with a message of love, and this is an opportunity or an invitation, or maybe a little bit of money to help out for Pisces. And then look what you got. It's countered with an Ace of Wands. We got lots of aces here, guys. You got Ace of Cups, you got Ace of Pentacles twice, and then the Ace of Wands. So Pisces, there's definitely a new start coming in. You got love, you got opportunity, and this is going to turn around. It's just delayed. You got it made, so don't worry about the message of concern. If this is not what you want, though, make sure this is walking away from something. This doesn't mean it's walking away from everything. Somebody might be offering this new passion and then rejected by this energy, but not in a bad way. Maybe just not now. Not now. Somebody turned away and had to go away. So this is the boyfriend who wants sex. And this is the girlfriend saying, I'm too busy. I have all this stuff going on. Not now. And he goes away upset and sad. But this is just about going away and going within. Reaping your own rewards. Sometimes it just has to be that way. That's person's sad. But I'm not getting a negative exchange here. This person's so happy to offer their wand, though. And this person's like about, well, I have a little bit of love, and I can give you a little bit of help with this, but that's about it right now. I'm out of money, and I got to start my new job, and so you're out of luck today. Sorry. That's Pisces. Pretty funny. All right, guys. Then we end up at the bottom of the deck with this card is the Two of Swords and the Four of Swords. A lot of swords. Look at that. So at the bottom of this, so underlying energy would have started with this offer of love here with a message, and then maybe connecting in the 5D and just being in your knowing, trusting, keeping it to yourself. Okay? Keeping the messages to yourself of love. So we have the House and the Two of Swords, keeping it to yourself. Okay? Could be something about a house coming in, but you don't want to count your chickens before they're hatched. And then we have all these cards down here for everybody. So definitely, this has come up a lot. Is that first? The prison stuff and the thief stuff down here. Like, oh, wait, we have been getting really positive cards down here at the end for a while in this deck, not the other decks. So some kind of prison, whether it's just anxiety or someone's actually in prison or feeling trapped. Here's your little mouse friend there and a lock and key. There's definitely adjudication here, so you may need mediation or you're in court right now. Someone may be actually in prison. You can't deal with emotions here because you're in court right now. And this may be in the distant horizon because you have to deal with all this stuff. You can't go anywhere. There's an official person here, mature man of high honor. So this may be a big person who actually took a fall and is in court right now. I'm getting embassy. There's definitely a lot of flags on that ship, though, but I was getting embassy right away. I don't normally think about embassy, so. And again, the 6 or 3-gun salute. For the mature man, the official person, 22, 5, and 25. And court, there's some kind of adjudication. It doesn't have to be in court, but some kind of mediation is going on. But there's jail and imprisonment here. It could just be a fine or prison time, or just the anxiety of having to go before a judge or before your boss or before a parent, right? And be mediated. But it's very official, and it looks international to me here, okay? So that's going on. So it might be something that's general in the news. All right, so now this is all for you guys below here. So for Leo, we end up, or not Leo, but the fire signs. We have there might be something specific for Leo. It's Cancer, it's the moon. Okay, so the nighttime, like I said, there's some anger out there, and the dogs, they have vicious looks on their faces. They're not just howling at the moon. He's mad. And even the lobster's up in arms, okay? So whatever the moon is, even though it's a new moon, it may be affecting people in strange ways. And it may just be the nighttime and the Halloween coming up, right? And leading into the full moon. When's the full moon? I think it's November 12th, around there. But Leo, be careful of the moon, right? It illuminates, but it doesn't completely expose everything. So you may not have all the facts. It may seem very shadowy or shady. Something may seem shady to you, fire signs. And that's why you have uncomfortable feeling. Trust your instincts. So Earth, you have the King of Wands at the end, which is good. The man of passion, he's upright, looking at the moon. He's like, what's all, he could be the lobster there, right? That could be divine masculine energy. What's all the fuss about? Then we have air signs, getting all the information they need. But remember, when all the new information comes in, it knocks you off balance. So now there's need to ground and integrate again. And you may get information, maybe you thought you needed the information, then you get it, and it actually makes it worse. And then we have the water signs have the 6 of Wands reversed, which is maybe feeling like a failure. Maybe you fell off the horse, you need to get back up on the horse again. Or it's just you're doing something under the radar. You don't want the attention. And people don't want the attention. It's usually because there's something to hide. So what are you hiding, water signs? And maybe that's why the guy with, bringing over his passion is upset, because he's like, what are you hiding? Why are you not letting me in? All right, so more stuff for everybody. The Queen of Swords reversed. So she could be in deep pain in mourning, or she can be lying. She can be just silent and not talking at all, or she can be verbally abusive under the radar. Then we have the 6 of Cups, which can be the children or the twins, but it's upright and positive, but we're dealing with the Queen of Swords reversed. So why is that? There's something under the radar going on, shady business. Maybe she was being quiet, and now some positive love energy comes in. It could be 5D. This could just be resting and meditating with your twin. And then the King of Pentacles is reversed, which could be ungrounded, could be a greedy man, or it can be just ungrounded right now, kind of off today. Maybe loss of money and status as well. Could be retiring as well. All right, but maybe in debt or imbalanced in a relationship. But we're right next to the King of Pentacles, so there could be some kind of debt or inequity because of a divorce or some kind of suit that happened. But it looks like the King of Pentacles lost money in this case, but it's all fair because we have the Justice upright. Could be Libra energy there as well. And then we have the Magician. So whatever this Justice is very powerful. There's powerful manifestation here. Or Libra, Aries energy, or Virgo, Gemini as well. And then we have the Knight of Wands, which can be a player coming in with the Magician there. But it's good afterwards. I'm getting more that this is about holding back your passions or falling short because of energy. You're tired, so you have good intentions to rush in, but then you fall short, even though you're the Magician. But then look what happens at the end. We have the Nine of Pentacles, happiness, getting your wish, being yourself, being happy with yourself, and then choosing the right path, which is the left, the new, the feminine. This could be somebody choosing a path to this person as well, who's happy with themselves. It's saying, be happy with yourself, because that's who people choose, the one who's happy. Okay, don't worry, be happy. Drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, get your nature. Rise and be love, you guys. Have an amazing, amazing, what day is it? Today is Wednesday? I think so. Rise and be love, guys. Bye.